What's this? Heaviest investigation in the history of Juventus. Italian lawyers suggest Juventus could be relegated. Couple of years for Juventus, who failed to win the past 2 league titles. Embarrassed in the Champions League. All of the board of directors have quit. Strange. Financial regularities problems. Sounds like this has happened before. If I do remember, yes, Calciopoli. Back in 2006, relegated to Serie B. Very strange. Very, very, very strange. What if Juventus were relegated even further this time, went to Serie C? What if they had basically no money, crippling debt, wiped out the budget, not in the Champions League, the whole squad left maybe? Could be interesting. Could be an interesting save. And that's what we're going to do. Join me for Juventus Rebirth. Serie C, back up to the top. This will be a fun one. Everyone, welcome to the first episode of my Juventus save. I hope you enjoyed the little intro. My take on a bit of acting. I don't think I'll win an Oscar anytime soon. But what are we doing? So we're obviously doing the Juventus save, and we're going under the preface where they've been relegated twice down to Serie C. Their budget has been wiped out. They're not in the Champions League, obviously, even though they were qualified to play in it this year. We're going from the point of this punishment, which may happen, it may not. It's just an interesting concept. It's one I thought I'd have to show you because it just sounds fun. It's a longer term save. It's what I was looking for. It's my first proper save of FM23. So we'll get into it. We'll just carry on a bit and I'll show you a little bit about it and what we've been doing so far. In terms of, I've made the database. I'm more than welcome to share it with you. It doesn't bother me too much at all. If you wish to have it, please let me know. I will upload it into the description if you want to play along with me. You're more than welcome to. So we're not going to be in any type of competition this year. We won't be in the Champions League. We basically swapped that out with Sassuolo, I believe. Competitions. Yeah, they'll be in the Champions League, which is mad. We're not, obviously. And you're probably asking, how did we move things around? So I can't remember. We moved Monza up, I believe, to the not the Premier League, Serie A. Serie B, we swapped to someone with, I don't know, Parma went up possibly, if I can remember off the top of my head. But either way, so down in Serie C, which is where we are, we're in Serie C, Girone A, which is the northern region of Italy, which where Juventus play. As you can see, our B team's also here as well, so that's going to be a fun game, isn't it? Playing our own reserves, basically, or younger players. We should win regardless. I mean, look, it's going to be hard, however. I made it hard for myself. You're probably asking about the finances. Absolutely knackered. We are 41 million in the red straight away. Our debt, I think I put to about 300 million. So they're going to have to take loans. There's also, I believe, basically the whole board has been wiped out, which I've done. Wage-wise, we've got, our wage budget per week is up. Well, it's down to zero. It's 250 grand, but that's basically because... 250 grand because that's just the current squad's wage, I think. But if we have a little look at the squad, let me pick a tactic first, just quickly, just so I can show you what we're doing. This won't be what I'm playing, but just so you know what's going on. This is what we have. Other than Bonucci, and Fagioli is a good player too. That's basically it. I mean, if you look at the squad now, I'll show you one sec. So we've got Bonucci. No one probably above the age of 22 stayed around. If they are, they're from the reserves or the under 18s. It's going to be an interesting save. I've left the Juve youth and obviously a few players which are in the under 23s. But other than that, every first team player, and I mean everyone pretty much, apart from Bonucci, which I thought realistically a lot of the old guards stuck around with the first time they got relegated. So I wanted to keep one with me, but you can see people like Chiesa off on a free. Pogba off on a free. You'll have to remind me in the comments if you want me to check any of the Juventus players which here at the start of the game. Just let me know, and then I'll have a little look and see what they're progressing with. But they're all gone, other than Bonucci, which is who we got. He's going to be our stalwart. He's going to get us back up the leagues. He'll be here by the time we get back to Serie A, hopefully at the age of 37 or 38 or 39 even. We'll keep him for a long time. We give him a longer contract, so he'll be here till he's 39. And other than that, what else I did was cancel any incoming transfers which were already pre-arranged. I'm going for the hypothetical scenario where they've been banned from transfer dealings. Any transfer deal which was done previously, nonsense. I basically give Kulusevski to Spurs, so we're not going to benefit from getting like any money there. Removed a lot of clauses and so on in that transfer. Moise Kean won't be joining. Milik won't be joining. There was a few other. Paredes won't be joining. Anyone who was a pre-arranged transfer won't happen. That means we've lost Locatelli. We've lost a lot of quality, really, which is just sad. But we got to make it hard for ourselves. And even staff-wise, it's just me, I think, and a few other people. Literally, like, there's not a lot. We've got a director of football still, but yeah, other than that, that's it, really. That's all we have. We have a couple of directors. Nedved's gone. Everyone who was basically linked to any type of wrongdoing, I've removed completely. We've got a doctor and a couple of coaches and stuff, I think, performance analysis, nothing major, but it's a massive rebuild. We're under our target. We've got to undertake here. We've got to basically sort the squad out. These star ratings will be far too generous, basically, because we haven't got any coaches to rate these players. Really, I think this will be from a physio or something. But either way, we've got the youth team to deal with. We've got to try and piece together a squad. We've got a couple million to spend because look, I might have wiped out their finances, but I'm not an animal. We've got to give myself a little bit of a chance. We've got zero wage budget, so that's a problem straight away. So it's going to be interesting. I think it'll be very interesting. Look, reputation-wise, untouched, but this is the challenge. Put together a team capable of winning the league first year. I think we can. I think Serie C will be easy, but as we get into B and then up to A, it's going to be hard because our squad is not very good at all, and we're not going to be able to attract players. We haven't got the money to spend, and we're in massive debt. So I've prefaced it well, I think. Allow me to go away. I'm going to do the transfers if I can. I'll piece together a squad. I'll be back to you with a bit of a recap, and then I'll show you a few results of friendlies, and I hope you join me for this journey. It's going to be fun. Yeah, bear with me. Let's do some transfers. I'll come back and I'll talk to you again. Well, that was difficult. I have managed to do what I can, I feel like, within the limits which is constrained by our awful budget. Every time I press continue, I feel like my wage budget just disappears and my transfer budget just ate itself. I don't know what's happening, but I've made the database, so anything that is happening, it is my fault, really. In terms of incomings and outgoings, not too much. Ignore the 119 million. I assure you that's all gone now. We haven't got any of it. Pretty much only 2 sales to be really just people from the B team, which I sold just to get a bit of money in. Honestly, that's it. Like, I can't do too much other than that. They're players who are decent for our level. Like, obviously, we're in Serie C, so they could play, of course, but it's decent money, and we need money. As Juventus, I don't think they've been very accustomed to saying that before, but, well, this is what it is. The first player in the door was a loan, Luca Ranieri. Decent player, good left back, is our best left back already, straight away. From Salernitana on loan, I believe it is. Oh no, from Fiorentina from loan. He's been loaned around everywhere. He actually played in Serie A last season, got a goal, played okay, I guess. Decent signing for the 3rd division of Italy, I feel like. And another signing on loan, only £900 a week, so by no means breaking the bank for him, is Valentin Gendry. Good player, on loan from Lecce, and not costing a lot at all. The only real signing we made, which is over £1 million, is pretty much the only signing we will make, is Rigoberto Rivas. He's good enough to be a Serie A player, potentially, and he can play everywhere up top. Left wing, centre attacking mid, right wing and striker, and okay at right mid and left mid too, which is important because I will show you my tactic now. We plucked him from Serie B as well, and apparently he's a Serie A type of player, like up to level. We're going to try strikerless. I do like to just make a rod from my own back sometimes. Not only am I doing a silly save where I've got no money, the squad's all left, and I've got, making it as hard as possible as I can for me. As by no means, our reputation's still great, so we can attract decent players. It won't take me long to turn this quality of team around into a bit better, but I don't know. I wanted to try strikerless. It's something I don't think I've done on the channel yet. I do it very often on my personal saves, but Not with great success, I won't lie. I'm not the best at it, and it doesn't come natural to me. But it's something I want to play around with. In terms of the squad we're building so far, I think obviously Bonucci's one to like take note of. That he's going to be our stalwart. He's a fantastic player still. I'm probably looking to bring the best out of him as much as I possibly can. In terms of decent players for like potential wise, I think Kenan Yildiz from Bayern, who they signed on the free transfer, is a great shout to keep an eye on. I think he looks amazing already, honestly. And the benefit of starting so low in a division where you typically wouldn't in Juventus is they've got a great few prospects who just need a bit of football to play, really, and they'll come good. In terms of actual numbers, though, at the moment we're not doing great. Like if I quick pick and just say here, like we've got a fair few injuries, so we have 5 bad ones already, and we haven't actually built up our bench yet, which is a bit mad, but we can work on that. I can get another couple of players in and so on, and we'll deal with it. But in terms of obviously, I mean, let's have a look at Juve in general. Let's have a look at where some of the players have ended up, like Chiesa and stuff. Oh, not really anywhere as of yet. That's mad to me. I won't be able to see them because they've been released by the actual. Oh, no one's really picking these players up as of yet. They're available on free transfers, and no one's made the plunge for any of our. Oh, to be fair, he's injured. That's a bad example, but yeah, interesting. What about McKennie? Where's he gone? Who picks up? Oh, Weston McKennie gone to Ajax. I really like that as a signing for them. Honestly, he just blends right in, can play football. Someone I hope Tottenham sign in real life. Actually, as you know, I'm a Tottenham fan. We're heavily linked to Weston McKennie, and someone I really want, honestly. Either way, yeah. Obviously, I'll keep trying to. Obviously, if you could just remind me who actually played. I know I just released everyone, but like if there's anyone particularly you want to see from the Juventus team or where they ended up, like Angel Di Maria has gone to Newcastle, which is something I could see in real life. I think you could too if you think about it. It's a decent signing. Either way, I think that's probably where we're going to leave it for today. This is just a small intro into the save, and in terms of like, well, obviously after me just updating you on the friendlies, and you know what, mixed bag, honestly. Lost the first one against Wolfsburg, only 2-1 though. I thought, oh, that's not bad. Managed to somehow beat Marseille away 3-2. And I'll show you a couple of goals before we wrap it up here, and then the first games in the league, our first competitive games will be next episode. But watch a few goals. We'll see how the team's playing. Assistants sorted out my friendlies. I had a system I wanted to play with, so I was quite happy just to leave it where it was basically, and have a little look at the goals. Obviously, we went 2-0 down here, so we'll have to have a little look what happened. But yeah, I mean, conceding goals is never great, but it's interesting to see what type of goals we're conceding and how we can build I don't know, a building block from there. That's a screamer, to be fair. I don't think we would have stopped too much. But in the second half, we obviously came quite good. We managed to turn it around. Ranieri, our new boy, played through Moretti, the centre mid. Nice little cushioned finish past the keeper there. Whether they made rotation at half time, who will know? Fagioli scored from a penalty spot, as you saw there, and we managed to pick up the win a couple of minutes later with a good ball to Matthias Sule, who just slotted home past Ruben Blanco. Yeah, no, decent result. Losing to Lazio 5-3 was an interesting one as well. Obviously, they beat us on the day, but lots of goals. Drawing against Cercle Bruges, beating Hamburg, who are in the second division, obviously, and beating a Greek team after then drawing with Lask will probably give you a rough idea where our squad's quality is at. But I think we punched above our weight there because we're not that good. Again, these star ratings are in context of being in Serie C. When you load up the game, I'm sure people like Zuli, he's not 5-star potential ability. I mean, he looks good, but by no means is he that good, I'm sure. In terms of staff, we've started to sort this out. They actually keep chopping down the numbers we can possibly have, but I've done as much as I can so far. And obviously, we're already leading the way in terms of our highest quality because a few of them stuck around, obviously, and I've been quick to appoint people. While our reputation is still good, obviously, you want to try and capitalise on that. But I mean, roughly, this is probably the team you'll be looking at for next episode and for a couple of games forward. I'm still deciding whether to, play so and so over someone else. But roughly, I think this will be my front three. I'm quite excited about Matthias Sule. He's a good player. I think with lots of games under his belt, it's going to be someone to keep an eye on. Kenan Yildiz, as we spoke about, But I think our key is this midfield three of Zuli, um, Fabio Moretti, who looks fantastic, and Nicolo Fagioli, who is far too good for this level. But obviously, we need to repay his faith because we won't get many attempts to go up. If we don't go up in the first season, a lot of even the smaller, bigger players. Does that make sense? Like the bigger play, the better potential players in the smaller. Um, what am I trying to say? The better potential players in the under 23s and the 18s will want to be moving on because they don't want to be the third division of Italy. So we haven't got long to crack this. So obviously, next episode will be the first couple of games. We'll play Virtus, Arizano, San Giuliano. But yeah, either way, I hope this intrigues you, this idea. It certainly does me. Just a quick one today. We'll get a gameplay video up for you probably the day after you see this video. So don't worry, it'll be coming very shortly to your lovely subscription feed. If it's something you want to check out more of, please subscribe. And for everyone who was very patient while I waited to get a news save going on, thank you. I hope it appeals. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you'd like me to take a look at, anything you want me to change about the series or how I should structure the videos, you know what you typically get with myself. My name's Frank. Thanks for watching the Juventus save, and I'll be back to you for another episode very, very shortly. I think it's going to be a fun one. Join me for the ride.